Hi everyone. Today I'm going to present my topic is navigating the regulatory pathway for medical devices. Let's begin. Let's introduction. Medical device translation faces challenges from concept to clinical users. Regulators pathway can be complex, especially for researchers and startups. Like as we all know, like big companies would have a well-established regulatory pathway and specific people who can work on it, like people. But startups who don't have much resources and well-trained people to afford them for regulatory pathway. Collaboration between clinicians, researchers, and industry and regulation is critical. Since regulatory pathway is a combination of all clinicians, researchers, and industry, if only all of this work together, we will able to have a successful regulatory approval or whatever the FDA approval is. This presentation will outline key regulatory insights and best practices. Uh, Role of FDA Center for Devices and Radiology, CDRH, which is known as CDRH, oversees medical device regulations, engages with stakeholders including patients, clinicians, and industries, supports regulatory initiatives like breakthroughs device programs, encourages early engagement through Q submissions and EFS. Translation pathway from concept to patient. Successful medical device translation requires people. It's require three main things. It's people, process, and product. People, experts in medical device, finance, and clinician needed. Process, optimize development and regulatory pathways. Product must meet clinical and economical feasibility. Understanding regulatory difficulties early can optimize this pathway. Early feasibility studies. Early feasibility study allows early clinical testings of novel devices, helps refine device design before large trials, supports regulatory and investment decisions, enables collaboration between industry and regulators, real world field feedback and clinician insights, faster time to market. Early feasibility study is a study that's done to increase the regulatory approval process early, and it helps to decide what are the requirements and how can we make it faster and to optimize the process. De-risking medical device development. Uh, These are the some of the steps which can reduce, which are taken to reduce the risk of medical device development. Like identifying regulatory pathway earlier is crucial. Regulatory de-risking includes clear device classification and compliance. Collaborating with industry and regulatory body reduces market entry risk. Startup engagement with large firms requires balanced risk sharing. Pediatric medical devices, challenges and pathways. Pediatric device development faces challenges due to small patient populations. Humanitarian device exemptions provides an alternative regulatory pathway. Extrapolation of adult data is sometimes possible. Flexibility in approval process can enhance accessibility. The reason why pediatric medical device is challenging is because the population is very less and it's very difficult for the researchers or developers to obtain much data about it. In this uh, in this scenario, like FDA offers an other option like humanitarian device exemption, which provides alternative regulatory pathway to make the process much easier. And sometimes in this case, data of adult population are also used in the pediatric medical device to for research and other purposes. Diagnostic devices and in vitro diagnostics. Regulatory requirement depends on intended use and risk classifications. Developers should engage with FDA early via Q submission to know about the requirements and other details whichever they have doubt about. FDA Breakthrough Device Program can accelerate novel diagnostic approval. Proper validation, manufacturing, and scale-up planning is essential. Like in vitro diagnostics is one of the novel diagnostics way. The since 1998, US has the regulatory requirements and guidelines for in vitro diagnostics. But in considering the other parts of the global, Europe got developed their recent guidelines for in vitro diagnostics in the year of 2017. Digital health and wearable devices. Health is a transforming medical device innovation in current period. FDA considers benefit risk profiles for software-based medical technology. AI and machine learning model requires continuous monitoring and validation. interoperable and cybersecurity remains key regulatory concerns. New studies and future considered. Regulatory flexibility has enabled novel pediatric devices and diagnostics. FDA initiatives like breakthrough device programs facilitates approvals are fast, early, and narrows the path. Future development in AI, digital health, and global harmonization will shape the industry. Collaboration among regulatory, industry, and clinicians remains essential. Thank you. Any questions?
Okay, thank you, Lokesh.